Okay, so what if there was a detective agency that didn't solve crimes, but memories? A place where the clues aren't fingerprints, but flavors, and the only real mystery is the human heart. Well, that's the whole idea behind this incredible imaginary film concept we're going to break down today. It's a story that sees food as so much more than just, something to eat. It's a key to our past. And right from the get-go, the film's fictional director, Joji Matsuoka, just nails the tone. He says, I didn't see a mystery story, I saw a meditation on time. So yeah, this is not your typical whodunit. It's really about how one single, perfectly recreated dish can basically become a time machine. A time machine that takes you back not to solve a crime, but to find a piece of yourself you didn't even know you'd lost. So, can a single taste really solve the mysteries of the human heart? I mean, that's the central question driving this entire story. It's the whole reason a very special place, the Kamogawa Diner, even exists. And their answer? It's a definite, resounding yes. All right, let's set the scene. Imagine you're wandering through the quiet, lantern-lit alleys of Kyoto. Tucked away, you find this little place, the Kamogawa Diner. It's not some big, flashy restaurant. Nope. It's small, it's intimate, it's a place for one person at a time, someone who's looking for something they've lost. And here, the main course isn't just food, it's the unspoken stories of love, of loss, of family. And this is what makes them so different. Their mission isn't to solve who did what, but what was forgotten and is now found again. See, people don't show up with an order. They show up with a memory of a taste, a meal they just can't find anywhere else. The diner's job? It's to become a detective, to meticulously investigate and recreate that lost dish, unlocking all the powerful emotions that are tied right to it. So, who are the people running this amazing place? Well, let's meet the heart and soul of it all, the Kamogawa detectives, a father-daughter duo. And their dynamic is just perfect. You've got Nagare, the father. He's the mind. A former police detective, he brings all that logic, the methodical investigation skills. Then you have his daughter Koishi. She's the heart. She has this incredible emotional intuition and really acts as the custodian of the memories they dig up. He finds the clues, she understands what they mean. Nagare's philosophy is pretty simple. Flavors are evidence of lives lived. And he really means it. He treats every single request like it's a cold case from his old precinct. Every ingredient, every weird cooking technique, even a half-remembered smell, to him, that's all evidence. They're all clues that help him piece together not just a recipe, but a person's entire life story. Okay, so this is where it gets really good. Let's actually dive into a few of the diner's cases and see how this whole thing works in the real world. Well, the film's world. First up, we have the case of the omelet of first love. A woman walks in and she's searching for the taste of a specific omelet race from a cafe that closed down years ago. Now for her, this dish is so much more than just food. It's the feeling of being 16 again, sitting in a booth, laughing with her high school crush. So the investigation kicks off. First, they have to track down the old cafe's owner. That leads them to the owner's daughter, and that's the breakthrough. She remembers the secret. The rice wasn't just seasoned with ketchup, but a special ketchup broth reduction. And the eggs? It was all about a special technique to get them perfectly fluffy and half-set. Every little detail matters. And the reaction. This is what it's all about. She takes one bite and says, "For a moment, I'm back there, 16, laughing at nothing. He was right there beside me." It's incredible, right? That one taste just completely collapses time, and she's not just eating an omelet, she's reliving this perfect, joyful moment from her past. Okay, now for something a bit heavier. Case 2, the curry of a broken family. This time, it's an estranged son who comes in. He hasn't talked to his mom in over 10 years, but he can't get the memory of her sweet curry out of his head. He thinks, maybe, that taste is the only thing that can bridge a decade of silence and hurt. So this investigation is less about finding a location and more about understanding a person. They realize the sweet elements have to be grated apple and honey. The spice blend wasn't fiery or aggressive. It was warm, comforting. And the rice had to be perfect, fluffy, not sticky. All these clues paint a picture of his mother's gentle love, and the result is a taste they describe as forgiveness in a bowl. And again, the client's reaction says it all. This taste, it doesn't care about our pride. It doesn't care about our fights. It just says, "I love you." Wow. That flavor does what years of talking couldn't. It just cuts through all the anger and pride and reminds him of the one simple truth he'd forgotten, that love was always there. All right, let's look at one more. Case 3 is about something different. It's not about a lost person, it's about a lost dream. It's the tempura of dreams deferred. A man comes in who gave up his dream of being a chef, and he's haunted by the one dish he could never, ever master, the perfect tempura. This one is a real technical challenge. They have to get scientific. They figure out the secret to the batter isn't to make it smooth, but to keep it ice cold and lumpy for lightness. The oil has to be at a super precise temperature, between 170 and 180 degrees. And the aroma? That comes from fresh oil with just a hint of sesame. They finally recreate a tempura that sings when you bite down. But the reaction here is so interesting. He says, "I realized the dream never left. It was waiting here, in this flavor, for me to return." So this taste doesn't just bring him comfort for the past. No, it gives him courage for the future. It proves his dream wasn't impossible. It was just waiting for him. It's an amazing twist. So when you put all these stories together, you start to see the film's deeper message. It becomes really clear that this diner is serving up way more than just a meal. You see, the Kamogawa diner's real service isn't just recreating a dish. It's about granting permission to remember. It gives people a safe place to finally face the ghosts that taste can stir up. Nagare and Koishi are more like therapists than chefs, helping people process all the joy and the pain that comes flooding back with a single bite. And at the end of the day, the outcome of a recreated meal is always something powerful. For one person, it's recapturing the simple warmth of nostalgia. For another, it's finding a path toward forgiveness. And for someone else, it's rediscovering the courage to go after a dream. It's healing in a bowl. So why does all of this matter so much? Let's bring it all home and talk about the big idea at the heart of this story: why food remembers us. The core idea is this: food remembers us, even when we forget ourselves. And that's just a beautiful thought, isn't it? It means our life stories are kind of encoded in the meals we've eaten, the things we've shared. And those flavors, they're just holding on to a piece of who we were, waiting patiently for us to come back and find ourselves again. And that really leaves us with one last question. A question for you. If you could walk into the Kamogawa diner tomorrow, what lost flavor would you ask the detectives to find? What memory, what person, what feeling is waiting for you in that taste?